Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We are live for UFC 280. Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev. It's your boy, Mike MMA, the man with the golden mic. Back at it like a crack addict in the 80s. Holla at me if you hear me. If you are not excited for this main card, what the fuck are you doing here? You found the wrong guy. Yes, it is your boy once again, your one and only friend that you want to join for the fight. So let's go, baby. As always, like, subscribe, etc. And if you need links, closed mouths don't get fed. That's the rules around here. Let me know. I got them on deck. One doesn't work. Say something. Speak up. And I got you, baby. We are here for the first of 5 fights in this main event. I know it is earlier than normal. Get over it. It's in Abu Dhabi. They're getting paid the big bucks. It is what it is. But I am wide the fuck awake. I am highly caffeinated, and I got me a drink on deck. You know, a little seltzer. You know, I usually break out the whiskey, but the sun's still up, guys. There's rules to this shit. You understand what I'm saying to you? Let's go. Katlyn Chookagian versus Fiorot. This is an important fight in the flyweight division. Depending on how this division shakes up, this may very well come out to where the winner is getting the next shot at getting an ass whipped by Shevchenko. Yes, that is the grand prize in the 125-pound ladies flyweight division, is an ass whooping from one of the greatest to ever do it, Valentina Shevchenko. Despite that, Chookagian, man, oh man, does she just keep beating everybody not ready for that title shit. I mean, that's really just like what defines her career for the last, 4 or 5 years. She wins. Next person up gets it, ready to fight at any time, always ready for that smoke. But when it comes to a number one contender fight, she falls short. When it comes to fighting that big name, she falls short. She's just this far. You kind of want to put the gatekeeper role on her, but she is a little bit over that, man, because she is still whipping contenders' asses left and right, I should say. When you talk about there being gatekeepers, you picture somebody maybe like a Jim Miller type who isn't fighting the guys that are, top 5, isn't even fighting top 10, top 15. Of course, different weight class. Of course, almost a totally different sport in it being, men's MMA versus women's MMA. But Jim Miller, you're not going to put in there against Gamrot, right? You're not going to put him in there against any of the surging names. Chookagian, on the other hand, again, if there's a girl who wants these hands, Chookagian is ready to deliver. Dumb Things is rated E for everyone, and the rating has not changed throughout her whole career. Fiorot, big French prospect. We know the UFC wants to get that French market. How better to do it than a co-main event of a up-and-coming, exciting French prospect and put her right on the co-main of, hopefully, Francis Ngannou fighting whoever the fuck at this point, right? Can we be honest? All we want to do is see Francis Ngannou do Francis Ngannou things to people not named Francis Ngannou. Him versus Cyril Gane would be humongous for France. So Fiorot, a lot on the line. If she can win and if she can make it look good and she can make it look exciting, she can be tapped for, not many reasons outside of, them reaching for her market. She is number 6, and to be fair to her, the other ladies in front of her have already had their chance. They've already gotten that coupon to a buy one, get one free ass whooping from Shevchenko, which again is the grand prize in this division. So I'm saying it's not an insult at all. What anyone can aspire for in a 125-pound flyweight ladies division is an ass whooping from Shevchenko. Nothing wrong with that. If you guys are returning, you will notice the setup is a little different after we just get through round 1 of Chookagian versus Fiorot. I changed it up. I usually use the UFC website, have the live stats on there. UFC changed their website slightly. There's an annoying banner on the top of the website while you're looking at the stats, and it doesn't load well in my OBS platform. So I am using a ESPN stats as well as the tail of the tape on the bottom right. Hope you like it. Thoughts in the comments. And as always, like, subscribe, etc. this shit is free, but can I get a little something? Like, you ungrateful son of a bitches. You understand what I'm saying to you? I'm using my time, my shit, to be here with y'all, and I can't get a like and subscribe. Ain't that some shit? I mean, come on now. If you have just joined me, we are live for UFC 280, Oliveira versus Makhachev. It's your boy, as always, Mike Desmond May, the man with the golden mic, the one and only fight companion that you will ever have to have a companionship with. Do I have to drop any more knowledge, y'all? If not, again, I hope you're enjoying yourself. If you're not, fuck are you doing here? Thoughts on the fights. If you have not been watching all day, are you even a true fight fan? I've been up for hours at this point. I'm MMA'd the fuck out. Never. That was a lie. You missed that. Never MMA'd the fuck out. Check that. Understand. Brady versus Belal Muhammad. Fantastic fight. Two guys. Belal Muhammad does have good wrestling, but very outstanding wrestling defense. Brady, a wrecking machine. If he wants to take you down and submit you, he will take you down and submit you. If he wants to hit you, he will hit you. A well-rounded and surging up-and-comer. But Belal Muhammad, the veteran, proved to be a little too crafty for him. That pressure, goddamn, that had me sweat. Not because of the hoodie, you understand? My AC is booming. I'm good right here. We're ventilated. But he was all over him from the second that bell rung. It was impressive. It was ballsy as fuck. Like, can we be honest? Do I have to censor myself on my own channel? Probably not, right? What are y'all gonna do? Report me. Chill, don't report me. Chill out. Like, subscribe, etc. All them other buttons. Click that. Report. Forget that. You know what I'm saying to you? He was all over him, and I really wasn't sure how that was gonna work because Tom Brady is so explosive, so strong, so powerful. But Belal was able to deliver cleaner shots. In between round 1 and 2, Belal Muhammad's corner called for uppercuts coming out the middle, ending those combinations. What did Belal do? Maybe it wasn't always an uppercut, but it was a straight linear punch up the middle to finish those combos, and that is exactly what not only landed, but opened up the combination to where he finished Brady. He caught him with that right hand to the chin. Some people might be crying on the Twitterverse about it being an early stoppage. It wasn't. Go back after the card, after you watch me, after we enjoy this shit, and look at the fight, and you will see that Brady wasn't responding. He wasn't shooting anything back. He wasn't giving anything back to Belal to get him off him, and all we were going to see is Belal continue that pressure, that damage, and that ass whooping that he started to put in the beginning to the mid of the second round, and eventually led to a well-earned stoppage from Belal Muhammad. These refs have been a little sketch all night. The one guy telling the gentleman to watch their fingers. I think Anik counted up to 80 times during that fight and never, taking a point. And honestly, sometimes it was as simple as old boy pushing off his opponent's face. How the fuck else do you get somebody off you's eye other than pushing his face the fuck the other way? Not sure what that ref was seeing. Not sure what his problem is or what he wanted. But again, the refs has been a little sketch. We're in another part of the world. Abu Dhabi is not like MMA is going on every single week there. So you see a little, we have the big boys in the main event. In the main card. Herzog in there right now, which is someone you'll recognize. But, once again, a little sketch. But I don't have any issue with Belal Muhammad getting that TKO victory. I think it was well earned. And the rule is defend yourself at all times. Brady was no longer defending himself. He was moving. He was lucid. If you told him to stay out there and keep getting them hands, yeah, he would have stood up there and get those hands. He's tough as nails. Philly in the building. You heard. But there was nothing that was going to change. It was a little bit left in that round. I think like 20 seconds or something like that left in that round. He could have recovered in the middle, but I didn't want to see that shit, man. I didn't want to see that shit at all. And I'm glad they called it. We are now almost done round 2. Chukagian versus Fear Road. Again, if you need links, let your boy know. If you got thoughts, let your boy know. If you got complaints, take that shit to someone else's page, because I'm not here for that. Again, it's your boy, Mike Desmond May, the man with the golden mic, here for UFC 280. The energy is only on one level, and that's out of fucking control. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Holla at me if you hear me. The strike that significant strike output is impressive. They've both landed close to 50 significant strikes through 2 rounds. That's not too shabby. It's not the most exciting fight, hence why I'm over here talking about Sean Brady, Bilal Muhammad for 10 minutes. I know you guys didn't come for a recap, but honestly, they're just trading right now as Fiorault lands a nice right hand. They're trading. Chookagian, as always, mixing up with the kickboxing. Fiorault looking really good in the pocket on those exchanges. Catching Chookagian as she's getting off of those combinations. There we go, another 1-2 combination for Fiorault. They are landing, but neither has, what I'd call one-stop power. I don't imagine either of them taking each other down and submitting. I think we're going to see largely a point fight. And as of right now, if you look on that right-hand corner, the stats are very, very close. Let me pull them up for myself so I can look a little closer for you guys. All right, so we see here Chookagian, she's landed 47 of 192 strikes. Output out of control, that's almost 100 strikes thrown around, and she's landing about 35 around, right? That's not too bad at all. You have Fiorault, 175 punches thrown, total strikes thrown, 54 landed, so she has landed more, but again, neither of them are taking each other's heads off. 47 to 54 strike differential. They're counting every strike as significant strikes. That kind of annoys the fuck out of me. That ESPN and UFC, I think they're way too liberal with how they go with categorizing a strike as significant. I saw several 1-2 combinations. Are you telling me that every single jab on that 1-2 was a significant strike? I would not agree. Not every leg kick is a significant strike, the way it lands. So now we see that Chookagian's mixing it up a lot more. Chookagian 22, 14, 13. That's head, body, legs. Neither Fiorault is not mixing it up. She has 34 to the head, 13 to the body, and 10 to the legs. Both girls landing. You get the picture. Round 3 starting. Let's fucking go. Did you hear Paul Felder say he believes he has a 1-1? I'd say the same. It does look like the momentum is trending in Fiorault's direction. And Brostetter agrees, 19-19. Again, both girls very scrappy. They are landing, but a lot of them but a lot of them are linear punches with not a lot of pop. Both girls stepping in, but there's not a huge list of women MMA athletes that have that one punch power. And even some of them, there's not a lot of them that have that like cardio driven, TKO type of style where they're just pressuring you all the time, all over you. Like Joanna is a great example of that. Joanna would just be all the fuck over you. 1-2, 1-2, kick, hook, nonstop, and she would end girls that way. But even with those TKOs on her record, it wasn't like she was hitting girls like like Rose has done and just putting their lights out. Both girls just patting the stats though, man. Stepping into the jab, right in each other's face. See a little bit of a side kick landing on the knee of Chookagian. Nice uppercut from Chookagian. I think that might have landed on the body, but that landed hard. Oh, looks like we got our first bot. You're blocked, buddy. Good try, though. I respect that. UFCHQTV.com. I'm sure you're totally not a spam bot, bro. Post on my channel, goddammit. You know where the fuck we are? If not, we are live with Mike Jessup MMA, the man with the golden mic for UFC 280. Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev. Yes, it's your boy, the one and only Mike Jessup MMA, your one and only fight companion in all of companionship. Like, subscribe, follow, etc., etc. Your boy is out here. It's been a while, but I'm back like a crack addict in the 80s. And we go back like pimps and Cadillacs in the same era. Come on now. What goes better than that? cookies and milk, but don't mention that. You understand what I'm saying, Zai? Bars on deck. You understand? Y'all fucking feeling what I'm feeling? Are y'all enjoying what I'm enjoying? Nah, you're not, Zai? Feel like you are. Oh, no, they definitely are. Come on now. Come on now. You hear this man lying on me? We have about a minute and a half left in the first of 5 fights on the main event. Caleb, what it does, my man. Well, I appreciate you joining. Again, if anyone needs a link to watch these goddamn fights with your boy, let me know. I got them on deck. If that link doesn't work, guess what? I got another one. Come on, man. This is the never-ending, non-stop channel of the world, Craig. If you don't get that reference, you're too young. You understand? You don't get that reference. I tell the truth. Yeah, exactly. First takedown of the fight from Fear Rope. If anyone has a problem with how horribly I'm pronouncing that name, I have a problem with it too. 30 seconds left as my Alexa interrupts my channel. That interruption is now gone. My uncle said, fuck your channel. Yo, I bought UFC Fight Pass, but I can't watch the fight. My man, yeah, UFC Fight Pass is not how you watch the fights. You have to, matter of fact, sorry about that. I don't know what part of the world you're in, so that is a factor. If you are in the United States, then Fight Pass will not get you the fights. You have to buy the pay-per-view on ESPN Plus, or use these links I have on deck for free $99, baby. Because paywalls won't stop the fandom in me. You understand what I'm saying to you? Let's go. My boy Caleb in the building. My boy Yeah in the building. Let's go. Like, subscribe, etc. If you're digging it, let your boy know. Like, come on now. Where else can you go where you get play-by-play, recaps, links on deck, and all this fro beardness in your motherfucking face? Nowhere. Mike doesn't make the man with the golden mic. That's where, baby. You know what I'm saying to you? We are live for UFC 280. Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev. We are through 1 of 5 of the fights on the main card. Started at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're wondering why we are so goddamn early, I know. I'm a night owl too. I usually bust out the whiskey, but a seltzer today. We're going to keep it classy. I have 2 different links in there. If they both are taking you to pop-ups, click the pop-up and click X on the pop-up and try again. These are free websites. You are going to get pop-ups, but if you keep just clicking to where the fuck you got to go, get through those pop-ups. That's what I'm watching on now, and it's crystal clear, baby. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. That's all I can do. I don't know what to do. That's all I got. Or ESPN on ESPN Plus if you're in the United States. I think it's like $70. Bro, I brought Fight Pass for $80 because I thought I could watch the fight there. My man, once again, if you are in the States and that's what happened, I apologize on behalf of the UFC. That's a lie because I have nothing to do with the UFC. But man, that is rough. I know they make it confusing, especially for people that don't watch this stuff every single week. It's a lot, man. Not only do you need to have a subscription to ESPN Plus, but then you have to buy the pay-per-view. It's a bunch. I do have ESPN Plus. I buy the pay-per-view sometimes. Other times, again, $3.99 sounds too good. And, yeah, man. Also, depending on what device you have will depend largely on which one of those links work good for you. If you're wondering, I'm currently using the crackstream.biz, and I'm doing that on an Xbox Series X. On my laptop, I have the Stream East, and that works a little bit better on my laptop. Works different for everybody. best of lucks, you goddamn degenerates. Fior winning that closely contested battle. Again, a lot of point fighting, but both ladies put it out there. I'm not sure I could say that she earned a title shot. Steve Harvey in the building in Abu Dhabi. What the fuck is going on in the world? You got Joe Pyfer, also a Philly native, Philly in the building. Speaking of, Joanna Champion, she's out there with the shades on, getting busy with your boy Joe Pyfer. Let's go, Joe Pyfer. Again, Philly Zone. Let's go. Stand up. Got the pleasure of seeing his last fight outside of UFC or Dana White Contender Series. And man, oh man, did he put his fucking lights out in Atlantic City, New Jersey. That fight, that whole card, that whole experience was fantastic. Shout out to Sam Opreza for putting me up on that fighter and inviting me to that event. It was one of the greatest sporting events I've ever gone to. An experience I will never forget. Was able to take my little brother to his first MMA fight. Was able to see a lot of fighters, including on tonight's card, your champion at 135, Aljamain Sterling, as he, not too far, right there in New York, had teammates on that card, saw him, saw different coaches, different fighters, a great experience. If you have not gone to a local MMA event, man, I'm telling you, fuck all the well is not UFC. That shit is exciting as hell. All those guys are hungry. You saw a lot of people damn near getting knocked out, smiling and winking at the other guy, and boom, throwing crazy shit at him. You could hear it because it was such a small arena. You could see it, feel it, everything. The whole experience was fantastic. But to tonight, UFC 280, Charles Oliveira, Islam Makhachev. Can I say anything else? Is there anything else I need to say? Do you need more of an intro? Were you expecting more, you greedy son of a... Yes, you're here live with Mike Gets MMA, the man with the golden mic. The next fight, Beneil Dariush, who, man, could he be any more disrespected? He's the alternate, then he's not. He's next, then he's not. He's fighting Islam, now he's not. This guy cannot catch a fucking break. But what he does have in front of him tonight is a hammer in Gamrot. This is about to be a hell of a fight. Gamrot, hungry, athletic, strong, powerful, smothering, 21-1. Are you ready? Against Beneil Dariush. This guy, savage, exciting. He likes to be in ugly wars. But if he has to be technical and piece you the fuck up from the outside, he will. How do I see this fight going? Gamrot. Forward, forward, forward. Feel my weight, feel my pressure, feel my danger. Dariush. Action, action, action. If you think I'm summarizing, I'm not. If you think it's hyperbole, I'm not. What Dariush has to do to win this fight is while Gamrot's trying to put pressure, Dariush has to make him think about, do I want to be this forward? Do I want to be this heavy? Do I want to keep this pressure on him? Do I want to be in his zone to eat these knees, these feet, these hands, these etc., etc., etc.? Yes, I said feet. That's with an S because it's plural, stupid. You understand what I'm saying to you? Does he want to be in that zone for too long? I don't know. As you see these highlights, we have spinning back fists, we have kicks, we have elbows. Dariush mixes it up. He reminds me not of a style, but of just the tornado that he creates with his offense as a prime Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson, you didn't know what the fuck he was going to do. Dariush, you don't know what he's about to throw at you. This is going to be a very, very important fight for Gamrot. Most important fight of his career. The biggest name, the highest ranked opponent, etc. If Gamrot's time is now, he needs to win this fight. Dariush, if you want to keep your name afloat, they are already saying, they're already telling you that Alex Volkanovski, the champion at 145, has the next title shot at your weight class, 155. They told you formally you were going to fight Islam for number one contender spot. You're not getting that fight. You're not getting that fight. Not only are you not getting that fight, but they're going to put you on the undercard of the same Islam Makhachev as he's getting his title fight without ever going through you. Dariush, you're not fighting for the title tonight. You're not fighting the next title fight for your weight class. You have one choice tonight. You're fighting someone lower ranked than you are. You're fighting someone with less UFC experience than you are. The only outcome for Dariush that comes out as a net positive, if it is at all possible, due to the situation and the position they put him in, is ending Gamrot. Is putting his lights out. It's making sure after tonight, we're talking about, yo, did you see that Dariush fight? Did you see that Dariush finish? If I'm not leaving tonight with those questions, Dariush, what did you show up to Abu Dhabi for? Besides a step back. Dariush cannot just win. Dariush has to dominate. That is a lot to put on Dariush. But dumbs be the breaks. We are here live for UFC 280. Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev. Yes, it's your boy, Mike Yes MMA, the man with the golden mic. The best to ever do it, baby. What the fuck else do you need to know? We got the stats on deck. We're about to put the tail of the tape right in front of your ear hole, motherfucker. Let's go. Here's the matchup. Of course, as I say that, as I'm talking shit to you guys, the internet said, fuck you, buddy. Take these stats instead. Take these stats instead, Mike Jesse. Here we go. Benel Del Rouge. Gamrot, I'm not even going to try to pronounce your first name. I'm not going to disrespect you like that. I don't want those problems. But let's go. We have win-losses, right? 21-4, Dariush. 21-1 is the young Gamrot. Average fight time for Dariush, 9 minutes and 14 seconds. What can you gather from that without looking at every single fucking fight that he's ever had? It's that he doesn't always finish, but there's a finish in the fucking chamber waiting when you're on the other side of Dariush. You have 11 minutes from Gamrot. What's that say without looking at all his fucking fights in the fight time? That means he can finish, but he doesn't finish usually, right? We have Dariush 5'10", Gamrot 5'10", both, of course, 155 pounds. Reach advantage, Dariush 2 inches. Both southpaws. Now this I was unaware of. Gamrot, only a year younger than Dariush. Did not realize that. Dariush, of course, born in the best year to every year, 1989. Wah, 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 wah. In the building, let's go. We in our prime, baby. And then we have 1990. Boo. Boo Gamrot. Strikes landed per minute, 3.8 for Dariush, 3.5 for Gamrot. Both very similar. Striking accuracy, 49, 51%. Both again, you know, very similar. Here's where we start seeing a little bit of a differentiator, right? Strikes absorbed per minute, 2.5 for Dariush, 3.19 for Gamrot. It's not a huge difference, but Gamrot has been there, statistically speaking, more times to be hit than Dariush has. Takedown average, 2.1 per fight for Dariush. Almost 5 for Gamrot. Again, we know his game plan. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Forward, forward, forward. Danger, danger, danger. The danger is being taken down and hammered on by a guy named Gamrot. That... Do I have to say more, Zai? Do I have to keep going through this? I will. You understand what I'm saying to you? As they make the longest walkouts, Dariush has to dap up everyone in Gamrot's corner. Their last 5 fights: win versus Ferguson for Dariush, win versus Ferreira, win versus Holtzman, win versus Drakkar Klose. If you didn't see that fight, goddamn, was that fight exciting? That's one of those wars I'm talking about. Win versus Camacho. Gamrot on the other end, 4-1 in his last fight. His last 5. Win versus Saryukian, win versus Ferreira as well, win versus Stevens, win versus Holtzman. They have very similar opponents in the last five fights for sure. Let's see how it matches up. We know how MMA math goes. We know how fickle the MMA gods are. We know how hyped we are for UFC 280. Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev, because you're here with your boy, Mike MMA, the man with the golden mic, as we start the second of 5 fights on this main card. Let's go, baby, baby. It was all a dream, but now we are here. Thanks for the link, man. You a legend. I try to be. Make sure they quote me as such in the record books, my guy. Likes, subscriptions, those are the real thank yous, and I appreciate every last one of you goddamn degenerates joining me tonight. Terrence, damn you early. Yeah, man. It's Abu Dhabi, baby. Let's go. You ain't know this podcast was international? Come on, man. You think I'm going to be limited to time zones? Fuck out of here. You understand? Both the links ain't working. I got you with an alternative. Give me 2 seconds, Nick. AJ, facts. Second works for 5 seconds, then don't. AJ, Nick, I got y'all, because we have alternative streams, I should say. Woo! On deck. Hold on now. Hold on now. You hear me on the typing. You hear me getting the typing. Come on now. Hold on now. You feel me, Zaire? You feeling this energy? Do you guys feel this energy? Are you having a good fucking time? Let's go as we begin the second of 5 fights, and as I provide you guys with yet another link. Come on now. Man, does it get any better than what I do, Zai? I don't fucking think so. I really don't. I believe that for real, you know? There you go. You have 3 options now. You got the Streamies, you got the Ripple, you got the Crack Streams. Also, Meth Stream works pretty well. Also, try that. And no, I'm not joking. Look at this scramble. Darius scrambling very sneakily, trying to get out between the legs of Gamrot. Going for a leg lock, probably try to create a scramble or a sweep. What he doesn't want to do is give up his back right now. As he gave up his back. If you're trying to keep up, we're at 4 minutes of the Darius Gamrot fight, round 1. If you're unfamiliar, it's your boy, Mike MMA, the man with the golden mic. Back at it like a crack addict in the 80s. You understand? You get me? You got it? Let's go. You got stats. Stats. You got the tail of the tape. You got the fro. You got the beard. You got the links. Sit back and relax and enjoy. I hope you got a drink too. You understand? We out here. It's early, but it's never too early for hard seltzer. You know? Got the wings in the oven. You know what I mean? Getting right with a nice cross/hook on the end of that. Leg kick for Darius gets caught right into a takedown. That's what you have to be careful of fighting a grappler the level of Gamrot. Darius again, you can tell he's drilled this all camp. Trying to escape through the middle while grabbing a hold of the foot to threaten a leg lock and create a scramble. So far, not a horrible strategy, because Gamrot, even though he's been able to get Darius to the ground, has been able to do nothing there. And Darius, I should say, has been able to get up every time. ASA, you're motherfucking welcome. Thumbs up, subscribe, etc., etc., etc. We do this all the time. This is nothing new. We're here for every major combat sports event. Yeah, that means MMA, including Bellator, including PFL. If it's a big fight, I'm there, baby. Let's go. BKFC, why the fuck not? Boxing, who's on there? Because your boy might be there. You understand what I'm saying to you? We will be here next week for Anderson Silva versus Jake Paul. What a spectacle that's going to be, and I cannot fucking wait. Who does your boy got? Funny you ask. Anderson, the Snake, Silva, let's go. I cannot wait for Anderson to put them hands on Jake Paul and his NFT having brother. You have no idea. And you say, his brother has nothing to do with this, Mike. Yeah, the fuck he does, because I fucking said so. Simple as that, Doc. Simple as that. What's up? Do something about it. Don't send me a bad agreement, because I ain't signing that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Let's just 2 mil, baby. I might do some shit for 2 mils. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It's few shit I wouldn't do in 2 mil. Don't you judge me. Name something you want to do for 2 mil. You can. Matter of fact, don't. I don't want to hear that shit. You probably something wild. You know what I mean? I don't want to know your business like that. You get me? Darius still just trying to work his way up without putting himself in danger. This isn't the most fan-friendly conflict we're seeing. But what Darius is doing is anytime he can get a hold of a limb, as you see him threatening the Kimura, anytime he can get a hold of a limb, he's threatening a submission. That's for one reason and one reason only. To get Gamrot to get the fuck away from that dominant position. Darius doesn't want a strong, confident, leaning, smothering Gamrot on him. He wants a Gamrot who's like, oh shit, I can't leave that there. I have to move. He wants him moving so he can create a scramble. He wants it to be a scramble so he can get the fuck up. Simple as he does. Gamrot has clearly, in the same breath, drilled catching these kicks and trying to work something off of it. You gotta be careful though. Some people get too comfortable catching those kicks and you don't realize, hey, I'm catching it because it landed. It hit me. You know what I mean? It's not like they're catching it out the fucking air like an anime and it's never impacting. When you see someone catch a kick on their body, that kick landed on your body. You know what I mean? You can't just keep eating those for the whole fight. Same with the leg kicks. Good first round. Not crazy amount of action. You know what? Before I say that, let's go to the stats. If we got them, we might as well use them. Yeah, 12 total strikes landed for Dariush, 11 for Gamrot. 2 takedowns for Gamrot, but he was able to do nothing with it. Control time, 1:22 for Gamrot. But what did he do with the control time besides control? Now, this was a hard one to score, right? Because what is the first scoring criteria, ladies and gentlemen? I'll give you a second. Second over. It's damage, right? Did anyone do much damage? Not really. Then you can talk about octagon control, right? Technically, Gamrot wins that. Do you give him the round because of that? I like the fact that Gamrot was able to create those scrambles, get out of those positions every single time, and not let Gamrot's game plan go down. To me, that's octagon control. I'm giving that round to Dariush, but we will see what the judges say. So 1-0, Dariush from the only voice that matters in MMA, your boy, Mike does MMA, the man with the golden mic. Remember the name, you understand? Like Banal Muhammad, you know? Hey, you know, you feel me? You like how I linked that there? You know, you probably don't. You're ungrateful. I need me a cider winch that just does me hard ciders when I finish my hard ciders. That'd be the good life. If you guys care about me, you'll want that from me in my life. Round 2, 30 seconds into the round. Dariush trying to work the jab. If I'm him, I'm definitely not confident that I won that last round, right? I gave that round to him, but look right here. The tweets are put up on the stream. Already you see people having a 10-9 Gamrot. Most of these tweets have 10-9 Gamrot. Either way, it's too close for either man to feel comfortable with what's going on. Both men have to assume that they lost that round, in my opinion. They have to put their foot all the way down on that gas pedal, and they need to start banking these rounds. Whether that's by just point fighting, which is landing, not worrying about the danger, or the damage, I should say, or putting the fuck on your opponent, like we all want to see. Gamrot feinting the jab, but not really like stepping into it. Dariush, nice kick that lands on the body. Takedown stuffed, but woo! Gamrot right back on it for another one, also stuffed. Good defense from Dariush. You could tell he did not take this camp lightly at all. A lot of fighters would already be on their back right now and being controlled by Gamrot with those takedowns, especially that chain that you just saw. Get stuffed and boom, right back to the ankle. Trying to work his way up for the single. Is this guy back with a different fucking name? The spam bots are real, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I know I'm doing something right. We're halfway through the second round. Dariush, Gamrot, UFC 280, Mike MMA, the Golden Mike, you guys, etc., etc., etc. If you're digging what I'm doing, thumbs up, subscribe, etc. Nice fake of the single leg. Throws a couple strikes and then reshoots. That was beautiful right there. That was a perfect use of his attributes, man. Like, okay, yeah, his biggest attribute is wrestling. He didn't go for a takedown. Nobody feinted it, and he created an opportunity that he was ready to capitalize on. That was beautiful. It's exactly what you want to see. But neither one has put a stamp on this or either of the 2 rounds thus far. If you want to say Gamrot's more active because he's going for a takedown, sure. I personally am digging the defense of Dariush, stuffing these takedowns, and when he does get taken down, not letting Gamrot get anything off of it. On the contrary, it's him threatening with submissions, but you do not get points with threatening submission. One of the many issues I have with the unified scoring system of MMA. Kick lands slightly for Dariush. Just the foot, not the shin like you want it to land. But it did land. Nice left hand counter for Dariush. I thought Dariush got caught right there, but he's just a little bit off balance. It's that fourth wall they be talking about. Dariush trying to probe with that left hand a little bit, but did eat one for it. Gamrot going for another takedown with 10 seconds left. Dariush stuffs it and throws a lot of shots at Gamrot for it. Gamrot finishing with that takedown, but I don't think that was enough to steal that round. Me personally, 2-0 Dariush. I would not be surprised if it was 1-1. I also wouldn't be surprised if it was 0-2 either way. Not sure how you guys have it, but that is my thoughts thus far. Gamrot, I totally get it. Takedowns are his strengths. He wants to be throwing them regularly, but he's not throwing any strikes of significance to set up those takedowns, and he's definitely not throwing anything powerful enough to have Dariush off balance or susceptible to getting those open takedowns like he's trying to throw. Again, if you need links, closed mouths, don't get fed. Don't be ungrateful. Throw me some likes. Throw me some subscribes. And as always, have a good fucking time, because that's how we do. Mike MMA live for UFC 280. Your boy with the Golden Mike. Must I state this more? Are you guys not aware yet? Come on, let's go. If you're digging what I'm doing, let it be known. If you're digging the fights, speak yo shit. I'm having a good time, Ty. I don't know. I don't know about everybody else. I can't speak for them, 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in this fight. Dariush Gamrot. I have it 2-0 Dariush, but with such a close fight, with such a low output, it is hard to say either way, especially with how judges be judging. You understand what I'm saying to you? I got to tell you, I thought this fight was going to be a lot more action-packed, I'll say, right? I thought there was going to be a lot more pressure from Gamrot. Not that he hasn't put on the pressure, but he hasn't found ways to make that pressure effective at all. Dariush, I get it, man. You don't want to set yourself up where you're throwing a whole bunch of strikes and then you could take it down because you're being sloppy. It's a hard spot to be in, especially, again, he's trying to hold his ground. He's number 6 versus number 9. He's missed a few opportunities through no fault of his own, in my opinion. Some of it's injury, some of it was timing, some of it is that's just how the cookie fucking crumbles. Nice right hand from Gamrot. Gamrot trying to land that kick up the middle, but without setting anything up, I don't know how successful that's going to be against Dariush. Again, Dariush absorbs 2.5 a minute. That's not a bunch. The crowd getting a little restless for the first time tonight that I've heard. Gamrot, again, just in the open, going for that takedown. But that chain wrestling, that is beautiful. Went from one single, saw he was about to lose it, went for the single on the other side. That is magnificent wrestling. Now he has a double leg. He's all over him. This is, no hyperbole, it is akin to how Khabib Nurmagomedov wrestles. It's just chain wrestling, one takedown to one takedown to one takedown. Unfortunately for Gamrot, all that energy, all those takedowns, he went a single leg on Dariush's right leg, switched to the left leg, then went for a double leg, was unable to get any of those takedowns against the fence. That has to deflate you at least a little bit, as my echo, once again, gives no shits about what I'm doing. First world problems. Kick to the body, barely lands for Gamrot. See, the pressure is there, but he's done nothing to make Dariush fearful. Not a lot of strong shots have landed for Gamrot, if any. Oh! And the left hand from Dariush! Puts Gamrot down. Gamrot gets right up and goes back to a takedown, unable to get it stuffed by Dariush. Gamrot somehow looks fully recovered, but we'll see after he eats another shot. Dariush, in my opinion, needs to be all over Gamrot. You don't know how close this fight is. I have the 2-0 Dariush, but there's been such a little bit of output that for all you know, it's Gamrot 2-0. Nice 1-2 from Dariush. Gamrot did seem to take that well. Gamrot flying knee into a single leg, unable to get it. Dariush able to get out of danger. Gamrot strong as hell. Fireman's carry, that's what I'm talking about. Some old school amateur wrestling. Dariush trying to use that single leg to work his way back up. And there you go. Dariush out of danger. 10 seconds left. If Dariush wasn't winning this round already, which I had him winning, that definitely was the cherry on top. As both men show respect, they embrace. I'm not sure what they just said to each other. Looked like maybe some not so kind words. I'm not sure. But Dariush definitely put a little stamp on the end of that fight. Not the exciting bout or finish that I was hoping for. Not the showing that I think Dariush needed. But it is a win against a hammer. And a win against a hammer should never be taken lightly. That left hand was beautiful. Beautiful. They're about to read the scorecards. I have it 3-0 Dariush, to be honest. He had two judges have it the same, 30-27 for Beneil Dariush, who holds his spot at number 6 at the very least. At best, sets himself up for a future number 1 contender spot. Dariush now giving his shout outs. Thank you, friend. Dariush, you can just tell by his voice how excited he is and happy that he is. Third most wins in lightweight history. That is nothing to sneeze at. 16 wins in the deepest division, arguably, in the UFC. Dariush always dangerous. Gamrot's defense was very, very good. Gamrot's pressure was very, very good. Daniel Cormier asking him about his right hand, and I'm like, was I wrong? No, it was definitely his left. Here we go. DC asking Dariush, what's next? Dariush, call somebody out. Call somebody a bitch. You got to. He said, I'm not a beggar. I feel like he should beg. He said he doesn't care if he has to win another 10 fights if he before he gets his belt. I would say you should care. Not the oldest fighter in the division, but he is 33 years of age. And in the division as young and active and difficult to navigate as 155, the time has to be now, or it might not be never. You like all them goddamn negatives? We are here live for UFC 280. Charles Oliveira versus Makhachev. It's your boy, Mike Jetson MMA, the man with the golden mic. Back at it like I never left, motherfucker. Come on now. If you need links, I got them. You just got to let me know. Closed mouths don't get fed. Dumbs be the rules around here. If one link doesn't work, as your boy Caleb and Nick found out, all you gotta do, as Hezbollah throws some hands out there, all you gotta do is let me know, and I got you. Come on now, this is a fight companion, baby. We companions. You understand? It's me, you, and the golden mic here, like best fucking friends. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You get me? You got me? And the cider. I'm sorry, I didn't. Let's shout out Doom East ciders out here. You know what I mean? It might be from Philly. It might not be. Google it, and then give me a sponsorship. Now, though the first two fights, ladies and gentlemen, were not as exciting as one might have hoped. Sean O'Malley versus Peter Yan. If it is the same, you will see said goated mic go out of the window. Yes, I am betting the life, the protection, the security, the functionality of this golden mic on this fight being exciting. We have number 1 versus number 11 in what also is arguably the deepest division in the UFC. Again, arguably, you know what I'm saying? You could argue either or. You get it? You got me? We got welterweight, we got lightweight, and we got bantamweight. Those are the premier divisions in the UFC. Peter Yan, the former champion, he usually likes to start off slow. We saw him in that first round, which Dana White could not have gotten more wrong in the second fight of Aljamain Sterling. When it was Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan 2, Peter Yan started off so slow in that first round in the sense of not pressure. because he was all over Aljamain Sterling, right? Someone might go looking on YouTube, watch 60 seconds of that fight and say, Mike does MMA, the fuck are you talking about? He was all over Aljamain Sterling. He was right in his face. He was in his face doing not shit. Aljo was the one probing with kicks. Aljo was the one probing with strikes to keep the distance. Aljo was the one landing any significant damage during that whole entire round. Petr Yan did nothing but forward pressure without anything behind it. Without any offense behind it. Petr Yan cannot afford a fight like that in the fight versus Sean O'Malley. One, Sean O'Malley knows how to get it started from the second the bell rings. Second, this is a 3-round fight, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to have seen this 5 rounds. I think it would be even better. But at 3 rounds, Petr Yan cannot afford to give up a round against a very young, a very hungry, a very technical, a very tall fighter in this division. He has to be on his P's and Q's. He has to be on them early, but he has to have damage coming. Non-stop, man. Non-stop versus someone like Sean O'Malley as they preview 281. Oh my God, I'm sorry. That was so sexy. It took me out of my element. Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. Carla Esparza versus Zhang Weili. Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler. Frankie Edgar versus Chris Gutierrez. So on and so on and so on. That is a hell of a card. And you're wondering to yourself, will Mike Just MMA be live during that card? Of fucking course. Him and his golden mic. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Nick Dent, need a link. These ain't working. When you say these ain't working, do you mean these 3? That one? Do you mean that one? That one's not working for you, my guy? Do you mean this one right here? That one's not working either? Let me get one more for you. Hold on. That one's not working? I might have another one. When I say on deck is in 3. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows on deck is 3+. That's like universally known no matter where you're from. You understand what I'm saying to you? I got you. Hold on. Come on, man. You would think I do this. You would think my name was Mike Just MMA. You would think we are live for UFC 280, Charles Oliveira versus Makhachev, as I almost flipped my fucking computer in excitement. Yes, it's your boy Mike Just MMA, the man with the golden mic. Your one and only channel for everything that is combat sports, baby. If anyone told you anything different, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You understand? Don't tell them to lie on my name. Subscribe, like, etc. Show some goddamn appreciation, you mother-loving degenerates. Here you go. Who you got, O'Malley or Yan? What a great fucking question, Nick. Let me put it to you like this. Sean O'Malley, exciting, long for the division, always ready to go, always looking for a finish. But what Sean O'Malley is unproven. Thems be the facts. If this is not your first time joining me, then you will understand when I say this. You got to prove it before I pick it, right? More times than not, you got to prove it before I pick it. Petr Yan, savage. I don't know what he does to people, but by round 3, it's very rare that they have much left. And by round 4 or 5, they're there waiting to be eaten by Petr Yan. We saw it versus Aldo. We saw it versus Aljo in their first fight before he got eliminated. We saw it against Faber, etc., etc., etc. Petr Yan can finish. Petr Yan can also tire you out and make you quit. Petr Yan is a little pit bull gnawing at your ankles. Man, this one's hard because I really, really, really want to pick Sean O'Malley. I like his style. I love the way that he strikes. I love the way that he just wants to keep putting on exciting fights for the people. He's less concerned about winning, though that young man really wants to fucking win. He's more concerned about the product he's putting out for all of us, and how can I not appreciate that? But what I will not do, at least not today, ladies and gentlemen, is pick against the proven, the former champ, the animal that is Petr Yan. So, Nick, to answer your question, after 10 minutes of answering that shit, I have Petr Yan. I have Petr Yan by decision, to be honest with you. I don't think he's going to finish him, but I wouldn't bet a goddamn dime that this goes the distance. Both men can finish. Both men are going to try to finish, and I can't wait to see the results. Yes, we are here live with Mike Just MMA, the man with the golden mic, If you ain't heard it before, you heard it now, baby. If you need links, let me know because we got them on deck. Got about 4 in rotation. You can always scroll up, you lazy son of a bitch. Or you can ask your boy me, because what the fuck am I doing other than speaking into the golden mic and chilling with you, my fellow degenerates. Let's go. Let's go. Love O'Malley, hate Jan, but I think Jan's got it. I'm not going to lie, I'm not a Peter Yan fan either. That knee to Aljo, I know people are booing Aljo, so I'm going to assume because people boo Aljo that a lot of people here also boo Aljo. The knee from Jan to Aljo, whether you think Aljo was faking, whether you think it was real, was a dumbass mistake. If at best it was a dumbass mistake, at worst it was, I'm going to knee this guy in his fucking face because I feel like it. He's going to get up and I'm going to whoop that ass some more. I think he was going to win that fight. I think it was going to be 2-2 going out of that 4th round into the 5th. I think Peter Yan would have outlasted Aljo. Aljo's injury, his cardio during that fight, all those things. I think Peter Yan was just 5 minutes and seconds away from winning anyway. But him throwing that knee, lost me. I'm done. I'm out of here. It's already dangerous enough. It's already wild enough. You're 2 grown-ass men in your underwear fighting in a cage against one another in front of tens of thousands of people in person with hundreds of thousands of people watching on TV. It's already dangerous. If it wasn't dangerous, there wouldn't be a 3rd man in there ready to put his body on the line to stop you from killing or taking home the limb of the other motherfucker in their underwear that you're standing across in said cage. With all that danger, throwing a knee to a ground opponent is not some shit I want to see unless we're watching one championship and it's in the rules, and I love that shit. They understand. They get me. Depends on the rule set. That's against the rules. You break the rules, I'm no longer a fan. Jan, I'm not a fan, but you are proven. You are a savage. You do know how to win, and I think you're going to do it tonight. But man, oh man, if you're asking who I'm rooting for, that shit is different. The heart goes with Sean O'Malley, you understand? The heart goes with Sugar. The heart goes with the streaming, video gaming, weed smoking, rainbow braid having, young savage that is Sugar Sean O'Malley. I don't dig all the shit he does, but that guy smoked weed with Snoop Dogg. That guy talks a whole bunch of shit. That guy has a girlfriend that gives him really crisp corn rolls. That guy has a girl who said he could do other things with other girls. Yeah, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm not saying what I do or don't want to do. I'm just saying, Sean O'Malley, I respect you. I respect you and your life choices. You have pretty decent life choices, in my opinion. That's all I'm saying, guys. Let's go. As my cider is gone. Gone. Let's fucking go. Give me 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds. By time Peter Yan is to the cage, your boy will be back. here we are. I'm gonna leave that theme music up a little bit. Are you digging it? If you are, shout out Skinny the Misfit. Check him out on iTunes. Did this intro for me. Custom made. Yes, the only time you can hear this dope ass beat, as the kids say. The kids still say that, right? Kids don't say that? Kids don't say dope ass beat? That's not something kids say. I'm sorry. Lit ass yammers is that something the kids say, Zai? No, the kids don't say yammers either. Okay, I'm sorry. If you want to hear this dope ass song, check out my boy Skinny the Misfit on iTunes and anywhere that you can stream music. As I get this set up, my boy texts me hype for the fight. Me too, motherfucker. Me too. Let's go. Tail of the tape. Wins, losses. We have Petr Yan, 16-3. Don't forget, 2 of those losses to the current champion, Aljamain Sterling, won by DQ. My boy said the same thing we did, my guy. I want O'Malley to win, but I don't know if he on Yan level. Exactly. 16-3 Petr Yan, 2 losses to Aljo. Then we have Sean O'Malley, 15-1. Of course, that won against Chito Vera when Sean O'Malley got injured. Is Sean O'Malley brittle? We're about to find out because he's facing a goddamn Tasmanian devil in Petr Yan. His biggest fight to date. Let's go. The reach. We have a 5-inch reach advantage for Sean O'Malley, 72-67. Both switch stance fighters because they move around so goddamn much. We have no idea which one they're more comfortable in. Both very young. Petr Yan being born in 93. Sean O'Malley in 94. This is definitely the cream of the crop in the next wave of UFC royalty. In my division, both these names are going to be around a long, long time, so get used to hearing them. Strikes landed per minute, both way higher than any fighters we've had on the card thus far, at least on the main card. 5.45 for your boy Yan, 7.75 for Sean O'Malley. Goddamn, striking accuracy, 53% to 62. Strikes absorbed, 3.8 versus 3.4. Defense, 61 versus 64%. You've heard enough from me. It is round 1. It's Sean O'Malley. It's Petr Yan. It's UFC 280. It's Mike Dixon MMA. It's the boy, the man with the golden mic. Yes, the boy, the man. You understand what I'm saying to you? Let's go. The excitement cannot be contained, Zai. It can't. It just can't. You said it right, Nick. Let's see it. Here it comes. Yan doing what I believe he has to. Staying on Sean O'Malley. Do not let this longer, slicker striker stay at distance and choose when to engage. Sean O'Malley, so far, keep his distance. He's going to want to pick his spots. And when he lands, it's going to be very important. That sounds simple. It's not. Because you don't only want to land on Petr Yan, you want to land when you choose to have those back and forths take place. You can't just land and then wind up in a precarious position because Petr Yan also can take you down. He can smother you. He can land ground and pound, and he can pocket rounds with the best of them. But break the fourth wall because I love you guys so much. If you're wondering why I took a quick intermission, it's because my hard cider not only dropped, guys, but then proceeded to roll. Proceeded to roll away from me, the other way. And as it rolled, it said, spill, 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 spill. Fuck me, right? Fuck gravity, fuck my cider. I did drink about a third of it in case you guys were wondering. The buzz is kept, and we will try our hardest to get through without more hard ciders. If you guys are also degenerates like me and drink while the sun is still up, let me know what you're drinking, what you're sipping on, what you got. Recommendations always welcome. I'm a whiskey man, if you're wondering. You understand what I'm saying? But the sun has to be down. I do have a little bit of class, guys. I do have a little bit of class. I mean, does someone with a golden mic not have class? You know what I mean? Like, come on. There we go. Petr Yan working the takedown. Not able to get it. But Sean O'Malley has exposed his back. He's trying to use his right arm to stop those knees, but in my opinion, he should put that right arm in between the legs of Petr Yan and try to pull Petr Yan back in front of him. All right, Sean O'Malley now has a 2-on-1, which is two hands on the one forearm of Petr Yan. He was able to use that and grab it and then turn into Petr Yan, create that separation, and now there they are back in the center of the octagon. Petr Yan wants O'Malley moving backwards until he's on what Luke Thomas calls the warning track. That's where all the logos are on the outside of that little inner octagon outline, so that he can then pick when to throw, when to smother, and when to try to take O'Malley down. O'Malley doesn't want to be here. Nice leg kick from Yan. He throws some punches behind it, and bam, right back to a takedown attempt. He locks his hands, takedown, and dumps Sean O'Malley. This is not going how Sean O'Malley could have hoped for. Oh, and then got even deeper down on the hips, and now has Sean O'Malley's back on the octagon, pressed up against the cage. Will he posture up for some ground and pound, or will he try to advance position? Sean O'Malley threatening with some submissions, unable to get anything of substance, but did bring Petr Yan back to his guard. Sean O'Malley trying to invoke some stalling tactics, locking both his hands behind the back neck of Petr Yan, but Petr Yan was having none of it, slipped right out and right back to it. Sean O'Malley able to work off the fence and get back up and turn back into Petr Yan. No, those are 1-2, mostly blocked. Both men back to the center of the octagon. Let's go. Nice front kick to the body for O'Malley. Again, if you need links, closed mouths don't get fed. If you need them, say something. If you appreciate them, thumbs up, subscribe, follow, etc., etc. I do this shit for fun. Let's go. Every single major combat sports event, your boy will be here. That means UFC. That means Bellator. That means PFL. That means BKFC. That means boxing. If it's a big fight and you give a fuck, I do too. You understand what I'm saying to you? Round 1 in the books. I have it 1-0 Petr Yan. Again, if you missed it, my official pick for this fight is Petr Yan. The heart says O'Malley, but the brain says Yan. Everyone knows it takes Yan to know Yan. You know what I mean? That's so fit. I know it's Juan, but does that fit a little bit? Is that okay? It probably fits. It probably fits, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. If you're not digging what I'm doing, why the fuck are you here? If you are digging what I'm doing, thumbs up, subscribe. If you need links, let me know. I got them on deck, as all of my loyal followers have found out. Like, come on, man. Sean O'Malley doesn't look tired, but he has not had an answer for the pressure of Petr Yan. He needs to keep the center of the octagon. Keep the center of the octagon. He cannot keep backing up. That is where Petr Yan thrives. That is where Petr Yan wants this fight. If Sean O'Malley wants to win, he has to keep the center of the octagon. How does he do that? He gives Petr Yan something to think about when he moves forward. He's got to throw more kicks up the middle. He needs to throw more power shots. He needs to attack the body, and he needs forward pressure of his own. He has none of that thus far. As Boom, again, back to the outside. Works his way in, though, with a nice little jab feint, followed by a cross. Lands none of them, but it does retake the center of the octagon. Landing a little bit on Petr now. Petr looks to be on skates. Sean O'Malley all over him. Oh, and then Petr Yan lands something over the top with the left hand. Gets the back of Sean O'Malley. That's the danger of pressing in to Petr Yan. The Petr Yan is so slick. And once again, if he could create one to engage, whether it's with a strike or with a takedown attempt, it can lead to other things. In this case, he leads with the left hand. First of all, he poses up on Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley allows him by also posing up on him. Eats the left hand over the top, right into a takedown. Beautiful, beautiful turn of events from Petr Yan, as he has 3 minutes and 50 seconds to work on top. Nice little hammer fist from the former champion, Petr Yan. Nice little pop shots from Petr Yan. Sean O'Malley looks like he's trying to isolate an arm. Unable to do so. But he does create a scramble. Petr Yan, too slick for it, though. Right back into the takedown. Won't count as a takedown, but was able to reestablish control of the hips. Pressure in towards him and glue him back to the ground. O'Malley up, but still has his back exposed. He is not out of danger. He's a grounded opponent here. Let's look at Petr Yan. Of course, everyone holds their breath when they see Petr Yan against a down opponent, wondering if he will make the same gaffe that he did against Aljo that lost him his belt. That's got to bother Petr Yan, right? Petr Yan was less than 6 minutes away from retaining his title in my eyes. And a stupid decision lost him his belt. He then rematches the guy, going into there with all the confidence in the world, thinking, hey, this guy quit. It wasn't my fault, it was his. I'm just going to win. It's a foregone conclusion. And then loses his title to the scorecards. He's now finally the number 11 guy in the world. This can't be what he imagined a year ago for himself. Petr Yan all over Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley needs to establish that respect that he had earlier on in this round. Because right now he's throwing it, failing, and just his body language is not looking great. Going back towards the fence and then getting pressured and pointed by Petr Yan. Nice kick to the body from Sean O'Malley. More of that. Petr Yan felt that. Oh, nice kick to the body from Petr. And he follows up with a left hand over the top again. Another kick to the body from Petr Yan. Look, Yan mixing it up. 30, 16, 10. Head, body, legs. Nice little combination from O'Malley right there. But then he backs up. That's not good optics to the judges, and that's not going to win you the fight. Able to sprawl. Separate those legs against the cage. Post on his hips. Yan, too strong, too slick, able to lock those hands, close those legs up, and get the takedown. And now finishes it. Has Sean O'Malley almost flat on the ground. It's got to be demoralizing for Sean O'Malley. That's 4 of 6 takedowns that Yan has landed thus far. Less than 15 seconds left in the second of 3 rounds. Petr Yan, Sean O'Malley, UFC 280. And there we go. 2 rounds down. And I believe Sean O'Malley is 2 rounds down. That's a beautiful left cross that wobbled Yan, right? And then Sean O'Malley gained that respect. He smothered him. But after that, boom, gets caught. Because he was too overzealous. Caught with the left hand over the top. Led to a takedown. Attacked even more of the gas tank from Sean O'Malley. What a beautiful trip. What a beautiful trip from Petr Yan. Nice kick to the body landed as well. Sean O'Malley landed a kick to the body earlier. But man, what he should have done, in my humble opinion, is when he had Petr Yan hurt, yeah, pressure him, but don't go too far into the pocket. Because that's where Petr Yan wants his fight. That's a scenario Petr Yan's pressure is adapted to create. Don't give it to him. If he wants to win, he has to go after Sean O'Malley. He is down 2 rounds to none. He's got to stay in the center of the octagon. That's where he needs this fight. Maybe incorporate some more lateral movement instead of just straight forward and straight back. You got to create some angles against Petr Yan. You got to make him think about coming forward, because right now he feels 100% confident. Yeah, he ate 1 strike, but he obviously didn't give a fuck, because he then followed up with a beautiful left hand over the top. Sean O'Malley, of course, we haven't mentioned, on a new contract. Said he's ready for that next tier of competition. But as of right now, he had nothing of consequence to make us believe that against Petr Yan. I'm not trying to be a hater. He did land that beautiful left hand, that cross against Yan. But that's 1 punch in over 12 minutes that made Petr Yan even think that he was in danger. Jacked up that ankle. O'Malley survived. Nice knee. And that opened up a cut on the right eye of Petr Yan. And now Sean O'Malley's on him. Now he has to stay on him without crowding him. He needs to pick him apart. See, he comes into the pocket, and then Petr Yan throws these vicious hooks, and again lands a nice, that time a lead left hook. What did I say? I said I would throw my golden mic out the window if this fight was not exciting. Guess what? The golden mic is safe. This is a hell of a fight. If you need links, closed mouths don't get fed. You dig what I'm doing? Thumbs up, subscribe. Nice elbows from Sean O'Malley. But he has to get this fight off the cage. He has to jack up those hands. They're underneath the hips. Yeah, there he goes. Double leg. So demoralizing. So demoralizing. It sucks, right? Because Sean O'Malley, he lands something dangerous, and what's he think? Hey, this guy's seeing stars. This guy's got to shake off the cobwebs. I can't let him. Crowd. Smother. Attack. Which is fine. I'm in support of all that. But if you step into the pocket of Petr Yan while doing that, that's what Petr Yan wants. That's where he thrives. That's where his game lives. So you're telling him, hey, I'm going to put you in this advantageous position so that I can try to finish you. And Petr Yan answers every single time, if you give me advantageous positioning or circumstances, I'm going to show you what I can do there. Nice 1-2 from Sean O'Malley. This is what he has to do. Stay pressuring Petr Yan, but only step in when it's to land. Both men just missed really big shots. They are hitting each other with really hard shots, and Petr Yan missing it up with a takedown, not able to land it, but is able to get Sean O'Malley against the cage. He's now up, looking at the clock to see how much time he has to finish this fight, because he's aware, like we are, that he's down. Creates a scramble by pulling on the fence, but does create a scramble and escapes. Sean O'Malley does. That eye is disgusting on Petr Yan. Nice jabs from Sean O'Malley. This is why I said earlier, ladies and gentlemen, I want to see this as 5 rounds. This would have been as Sean O'Malley tries to go for a similar takedown that Petr Yan landed earlier and just fudged it. I don't understand that choice at all. I really wish we got 5 rounds of this. I really wish that we got 5 rounds of this. What a good fight. Petr Yan has a nasty gash, but there is 0% chance that he didn't lose this fight 28-27, 2 rounds to 1. former champion, number one contender, Petr Yan. That's your victor. That's your winner. With those jabs, tripled up on that one. That knee, beautiful up the middle. Those are the things I'm talking about. You're not crowding Petr Yan, but when you're coming in, it's with something linear to defend against a takedown. It's something powerful to gain the respect. And those left hooks, whether it was from the lead or the power stance, those left hooks were nasty all night for Petr Yan. And God damn it, why isn't this fight 5 rounds? Both fighters in their prime. Both fighters very young. I'd expect this isn't the last time, but if you look at the body language in both corners, you can see who won the fight. Greg, shout out to you. Yes, as always, we are live. UFC 280. It's your boy, Mike MMA, the man with the golden mic. Back at it like I never left. Significant strikes landed 51-69 in favor of O'Malley. Takedowns landed 6-0 in favor of the former champ, Yan. Control time, 5:44 to 2 seconds. Leaning Yan. I give this fight 2 rounds to 1. Petr Yan, Sean O'Malley, Petr Yan embracing, paying respect, talking a little bit after the fight. But come on now, we know how that went. Wait. What? No fucking way. There's zero fucking way. No way. They just gave that to O'Malley. No way. DC asking O'Malley if he thinks he won. He said, I gotta rewatch it, and this sport is crazy. Yeah, this sport is crazy, and you can rewatch the fuck out of that. I had you lose 2-1, son. But damn, that was a good fight. That was exciting. Heart of a lion for both fighters. Petr Yan, I thought, had more than enough control both rounds and landed the more dangerous strikes both rounds. I don't know, man. Sean O'Malley said he got to rewatch the fight. So do I. Sean O'Malley, ladies and gentlemen, is your next number one contender. How about that? Zai, they just gave it to Sean. I don't understand. Guys, can you guys let me know? How did you guys score? Sean O'Malley's not even his usual self. He doesn't think he won that fight. Of course he's happy. Of course he feels like he tried hard enough, right? He tried super hard. Of course he feels good, right? He just won. He's beat the former champ. He's the number one contender in one of the most exciting divisions in the world. But man, Paul Felder said it the best. I wish there was more rounds. Because I have no idea how it would have went with more rounds. No idea. There's not like one that was trending one way or another. Both guys had good moments. Of course, O'Malley's moments came largely in round 3. He did have a moment in round 2 where he landed a nice cross and wobbled Yan. But then he got wobbled by a left hook over the top, strong side, by crowding Yan too much. I thought Yan did a beautiful octagon control and just control period. You saw he had over a round of octagon control time. Control time period. His forward pressure was what dictated 2 of the 5 rounds. His skill set is what flourished most in 2 of the 3 rounds. I just don't understand what the judges saw. 2 of the judges, I should say, saw. And I would love to know whether the first or the second round that they gave O'Malley. I don't know. Bam Bam tied to Avasa. No, he's doing a shoey, and he's having the 145-pound champ, Alex Volkanovski, spit in the shoe, and then he did the shoey out of it. No, tied to Avasa. You nasty son of a bitch. I don't understand why that's a thing. Oh my God, why they do that? If you guys saw Korean Zombie in the building, let's go Korean Zombie. If you would have saw the face on Alexander Volkanovski, Zai, this is how he looked. He said, he got it from like the back of his nasal cavities. And then spit it in the shoe. Handed the shoe to Ty. So Ty knew it happened, right? Ty looked at him as he did it. Ty handed Alex the shoe. Alex made the face, the loogie, I'm trying to get all this up, I got the flu. Ty, they locked eyes. While Alex Volkanovski spit in the shoe. Right? Alex then handed the shoe to Ty Bam Bam Tuivasa. Ty Tuivasa proceeds to pour the beer in the shoe. The same shoe that we just discussed. Poured the beer, drank it, and then sucked on the lace. Bam Bam, you are a nasty motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying to you? But I respect you. One of the best heavyweights in the world. And now let me get the stats ready for you, you goddamn degenerates, for the co-main event in what thus far has been quite the card. Yes, the prelims ended with a banger. Belal Muhammad versus Sean Brady. Of course, Belal Muhammad, you should know now, spoiler alert, ended Sean Brady with a TKO. Sean Brady's consciousness stayed intact, but his defense was nil. His offense was nil. He was eating shot after shot after shot. The ref saw enough and put an end to that shit. I have no problem with it at all. Again, let me get these stats ready. Let me get the tape ready. As I do that, enjoy these tunes. Skinny the Misfit, the official theme song provider of Mike MMA, the man with the golden mic. Check him out. iTunes, SoundCloud, etc., etc., etc. I appreciate you. Sean O'Malley, can't believe they gave that fight to Sean O'Malley. Actually thought man had him. Yeah, man. That was a good fight nonetheless. I hate to poo-poo any winner on how they win, because who the fuck am I besides the man with the golden mic? But I did have it for Jan. I'm happy to see Sean, because I'm always happy to see a contender get the next shot. I think Sean O'Malley versus Aljamain Sterling or TJ Dillashaw will be a hell of a fight. Nick, who admitted with me that we are more Sean O'Malley fans than Jan, both of us gave the tilt to Jan, but neither of us are upset that Sean O'Malley got the win. Greg says, you look excited. Can you tell? It's UFC 280. Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev. We are in the co-main event. Aljamain, the Funk Master Sterling versus TJ Dillashaw. Yes, I was about to say something slick. I was about to say something crazy. I was about to say a steroid accusation-laden nickname for him, but I'm going to take the high route. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to mention he was on EPO. I'm not going to mention that he got stripped of his title. I'm not going to mention that he was suspended from the UFC for cheating and trying to make 125. I'm not going to mention that even when he made 125, he got the shit destroyed out of him by Triple C, the king of cringe, Henry Cejudo. I'm not going to mention any of that. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm too classy. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm going to say But TJ Dillashaw came back from that suspension, had a very gritty fight against Corey Sandhagen, right? We're not going to do MMA math, but what I will say is that was a great fight. That was a close fight. Aljamain Sterling, what he did to Corey Sandhagen was end that man within a round. I believe it was within 90 seconds, if I don't remember, if I'm not misremembering. TJ, nonetheless, all the pot shots we can take out of him, any insult anyone give to him, anybody having any trepidation or doubts that his whole career was laden with steroids, was, again, no one has proven other than that one sample that he was on steroids for any of his other fights. So all the hyperbole, all the jokes aside, TJ Dillashaw is one of the most well-rounded fighters I've ever seen in my goddamn life. The way that he took out Cody Garbrandt, the way that he has taken out challenger after challenger after challenger, the way he exploded into that title against Renan Barão, the way that he's not giving a fuck what anyone has to say about him. The only thing he cares about is the results. He does have the mindset of a champion. He does have the will of a warrior. He does have the skill set of a world-class athlete. What does Aljo have? Aljo has very effective kicks. Now I know what you guys are thinking. Oh no, you're on, Marlon Moraes has good kicks. Renan Barão has good kicks, etc., etc., etc. Guys that are known for ending people's lights, ending people's nights with kicks, right? That's not Aljamain Sterling. Fair. What Aljamain Sterling can do, though, deep kicks to the body, leg kicks, straight side kicks to the body, straight high kicks to the face. He can kick you in very diverse ways, in very diverse angles, and create space and use it almost as a lead up to his combos, as many do with jabs. Because of that, because of the just straight physical power, look at that guy. He's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, bantamweights I've ever fucking seen. I've seen that man in person. I weigh about $180 right now. Aljamain Sterling is definitely, mass-wise, a bigger human being than I am. We're the same height, but he clearly has more muscle mass than I do, and I am currently 45 pounds more than what he was 24 hours ago. That is wild that he's able to make 135 again. I've seen this man in real life. I've been right next to him. He is humongous for this weight class. I'm sure he's strong as fuck for this weight class too. And if you guys don't remember, he is the Dora backpack, you know what I mean, of the UFC. When he gets that back, it doesn't have to be from some crazy fancy way. If you create any type of exposure by any type of angle, he is like glue and gets right on you like a spider monkey, right on that back, and he stays there for rounds and rounds as Petr Yan figured out. Who do I have for this fight? Drum roll, please. The Funk Master. Plain and simple. Aljo. Because I think he's too big. I think he's too strong. And I think what he's going to be able to do is create enough distance against TJ Dillashaw to not allow TJ to do what he wants. And I think he's going to have back control for enough time during enough rounds to eke out a decision. Now, with that being said, TJ Dillashaw can put anyone lights out at this weight class at any fucking time. His lateral movement is akin to Dominic Cruz. He moves side to side. He switches stances. He's all over the fucking place. But he comes in with these really sharp and tight hooks. I wanted to say looping hooks, but it's not like I can't do the exact angle right now, guys, so forgive me about how clownish this is going to look. I'm sitting the fuck down. Sue me. But if his lead shoulder is to you, he's not coming back, cocking back, and throwing hooks like this. He's keeping his guard up, and wham, really sharp. Before you know it, leather to chin meets, and he puts people the fuck down. Even if they're not lights out, he puts them down on their ass and then is not afraid to go in your guard, work some ground and pound, look for some submissions himself. TJ Dillashaw, I mean, this is a 50-50 fight, and I'm high on Aljamain Sterling. I also have been low on Aljamain Sterling and will never do so again. I didn't believe him when he talked about the injuries, and then looked how good his gas tank looked against Petr Yan. The 4th and 5th round weren't his best rounds, but in no way did he look as bad and out of shape as he did towards the end of that first Petr Yan fight. I think Aljamain Sterling is going to do enough. I do think this fight is akin to a coin flip, but this channel, this guy, this golden mic is going with Aljamain Sterling. Now, with that being said, I'm excited as fuck. No matter who wins, this is about to be a hell of a fight. Let's go. As Greg says, we love roids. I mean, yeah, I'll be honest with you. If they said today, hey, we're no longer testing for steroids, this guy's still going to watch. This guy's still going to be excited. And this guy thinks that it will only be more exciting. Steroids, in a sense, if you haven't done your research, do it. PEDs in general can help recovery. Recovery. Why don't we want to see more recovered athletes? Why don't I want my fighters to recover from workouts faster? Why don't I want them to be stronger? Why don't I want them to be faster? As bodybuilding, if steroids is great, they're going to say hell yeah, because they get way more attention to their leagues where they don't test than they do with the leagues that actually test. Yeah, you see a lot more back knee, but hey, you also see guys throw a ton boulder over their fucking head like it's flapjacks. I'll take that, buddy. You understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah, we do love roids. TJ was on the jungle juice. Indeed. Who you telling? Open a live match if I can subscribe for 50. Not sure what that means, my guy. Bro, really coming out to Red Hot Chili Peppers? Hey, I mean, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, young man. Nick says, Team Dillashaw. Hey, I'm not mad at you. I ain't mad at you. If you don't get that reference, you're too young. As I'm about to blitz you with streams, take that, and take that. On deck. If you're digging what I'm doing, if you click that goddamn stream, and I know you degenerates did, give your boy a like. Come on, man. You're getting free fights. You're getting this guy. You're getting the fro, the beard, the golden mic, and all this energy I got pent up. And you can't click a thumbs up button. You can't click a subscribe. I mean, where the fuck else are you going to go for mixed martial arts / all combat sports content, baby? Come on now. I'm the one and only fight companion on deck. Brandon Shaw, back. You understand? I was about to say something else, but it might not have translated well to the internet. Relax. Everybody relax. Let's go. If you can't tell I'm excited, you might be on crack. If you can't tell I'm digging what I'm doing, why are you even here? This guy, what a weirdo. I'm glad you guys don't get to see my, glad you guys don't get to see my Twitch chat on here. Because this guy is strange. Yeah, that's not safe for work right there, buddy. Here we go, your champ. Let's bring up the tail of the tape. That will be the screen right there to your bottom left. Maybe bottom right for y'all. I don't know how the internet works. Pulling up these for you now. All right, we have the 21-3, Aljamain Sterling. We have the 18-4, TJ Dillashaw. Average fight time, 13 minutes for Aljo, 12.5 for TJ. Neither one is a humongous, that's a lie. I think these are a little bit deceptive. A lot of fights that TJ Dillashaw has been in have been 5-round fights. So even though his average fight time is 12 minutes, a lot of those are 5-round fights. He does finish. Height, pretty similar, 5'7", 5'6", Aljo and TJ. Reach advantage, as you see on the stream now, 71 to 67. 4-inch reach advantage for Aljamain Sterling, the champion. Strikes landed per minute, 4.5 for Aljo. That's nothing to sneeze at. 5.2 for TJ. Striking accuracy, Aljo the more accurate, 50% to 41% TJ. TJ a lot more output, but he does miss more. Takedowns attempted, they're both pretty even, 1.7, 1.6. Takedown accuracy, the edge goes to TJ Dillashaw, 30% to 21. Takedown defense, the edge goes way higher to TJ Dillashaw at 86% versus 41%. And both submission average per 15 minutes, 0.8. Last 5 fights, Aljamain Sterling, a win versus Jan, win versus Yan, win versus Sandhagen, win versus Munoz, win versus Rivera. TJ Dillashaw, win versus Sandhagen, loss versus Cejudo, win versus Garbrandt, win versus Garbrandt, win versus Lineker. Both very impressive, especially in their last 5. That last loss for TJ, you have no idea how much that weight cut took out of him, how much those roids took out of him, how different he felt, how different he trained. But what we do know is both these men are in the octagon. What we do know is that door is locked. What we do know is the only thing next to see is who the fuck is about to be champ in 25 minutes. Let's go. TJ's hype. TJ, as always, not an ounce of fat as he screams in Bruce Buffer's face. Aljo, also very athletic. You see that man has lats for days. That's what I'm saying. He's 135, but he's a large human being. Greg says it's about to go down, and I agree. Before the fight starts, yes, the co-main event, yes, UFC 280, yes, Mike is made the man with the golden mic. Before all that, thumbs up, subscribe, etc. If you're digging what I'm doing, if you're using these links, if you need a link, speak up. Let's go. The crowd could not be more excited. That guy's watch could not be more blingy. Blingy's a word, right? Yeah, blingy's a word. It is now. That's right, Zai. That's right. TJ bouncing, Aljo staring, both men touch gloves, back up to the fence. Let's go. Greg says Sterling is not as explosive as TJ, and that's a fact. Explosiveness definitely goes to TJ. The way he's just bouncing around all the time laterally, he can come in and go out as much as he wants and as fast as anyone in the octagon. Aljo, he needs to keep distance with those kicks. And look what's he do early, Zach? Kick. Catches the kick from TJ and takes him down with it. Beautiful from Aljo. TJ gets up, but has to worry about the guillotine and then rolls to his back because he almost created back exposure. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, if TJ was facing someone else, he might not have got taken down right there. Is there an injury going on? What's happening? TJ doesn't like something that's going on. TJ doesn't like what's going on. I don't know what hurt him. But what I was about to say is TJ might not have gone down, and maybe he went down for injury, so maybe I'm speaking too soon. But what he didn't want to do was let Aljo anywhere near his back, so he rolled down to the ground. And now Aljo has a mount, and we are 90 seconds, not even, into the fight, and this crowd's booing. Boo. Boo this crowd. This crowd sucks. Aljo on top, now looking to get some offense. Nice grounded pound from Aljo. Nice right hands from Aljo as TJ's trying to get up. But Aljo's very heavy. He's keeping the mount is about as good as anyone I've seen keep the mount recently. Not a lot of guys stay in the full mount anymore. TJ is in danger early. And TJ's now about to be in a body triangle with his back exposed. He's on his side now, eating hammer fists, and now he gave his back. Gave his back, and this is exactly, backpack. This is exactly where Aljo wants to be, with 3 minutes to work. He's going after a choke, but he's not gassing out his arms. Aljo's been here before. This is his world. He can't get under the chin, so he's not exacerbating the energy in his arms. But he is creating the danger to where TJ can't just comfortably just work his way up. Oh, TJ able to kick off the fence, But look at that. Backpack. Aljo just on it. Like I said, it doesn't have to be pretty. But if your back is exposed, Aljo will find a way to it. Something hurts on TJ. He has an injury. And Aljo just has so much pressure. Body triangle locked again. And this time, TJ Dillashaw does have his side against the cage, so that limits the movement of Aljo a little bit. But what he doesn't have is the ability to kick off the cage like he did before, unless he walks it. TJ trying to turn into Aljo, but that body triangle is too tight. Greg saying his face hurts, and I think you might be right, man. It does seem like he's wincing when he gets punched in the jaw. Maybe he broke his jaw. But when? Look at that. TJ works his way to his base, and what's it get to pay for it? What's it get for it? His back taken and thrown into the fence. And Aljo just keeps landing. We didn't see this as well against Petr Yan, landing shots when he had that position, but he's landing a bunch of shots. Yeah, I think TJ's left arm is out. Oh, and a nice right hook from Aljo. Aljo should just be all over him. And look, TJ can't even lock his hands. Yeah, his shoulder's done. What he needs to do is try to survive and pray that this has happened before and his team is experienced in putting that shoulder back in. This is the second time this happened. No, not to him. But in the last month or two. Round over, and I guess the stadium's so loud they didn't even hear it. Yeah, his left arm is done. I think it might have popped back in. I think he massaged it back in. So that's what I was saying, guys. This is the benefit of having a coach and having a recurring injury. Well, when he posted? Animal indeed, Greg. Aljo's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. It's definitely just a yeah, this is definitely something that's been bothering TJ. Because his coach knew exactly how to put it in, and TJ didn't panic. He wasn't surprised. But I do expect TJ to be timid of throwing that left hand. Which, if you're taking one tool away, one weapon away in such a high level chess match, that's a problem. And it's not even like losing a pawn. You're losing your rook. You're losing your knight. TJ's still throwing though. He's landing. Aljo now on top with 4 minutes to work. This is not where TJ wants to be at all. This is not where anyone in the UFC wants to be honest with you. With someone as experienced and as dangerous as Aljo on the ground, No one wants to be in a position. No one will trade places in the UFC right now with TJ Dillashaw. I was just about to say the same thing as DC just said. I'd be going after that arm where the shoulder is bad. I'd be pulling it. I'd be pressing on it. I'd be twisting it. Even if it's not a real submission, I'd just be yanking on that shoulder. Exactly. Bob it, twist it, pull it, crank that. All that. Soldier, but you, all that. All that. Shoulder punches. Like, whatever. Oh, he's looking for the Darce. Looking for the Darce. Does he have it? Nope. But Aljo, you can tell that's confidence right there. Oh, TJ Dillashaw's arm again popped out. Aljo didn't want to attack him. Aljo's like, hey, you see his arm hanging there, ref? I don't think that's where he wants it. Yeah. TJ's going to have a very hard time fighting this fight with that arm. And if you're Aljo, fuck stopping. That's the ref's job. This ain't Ultimate Friends Championship, brother. Now TJ is trying to stall. Probably the only thing on his mind is getting to his corner so they can pop his shoulder back in for a second time. Aljo landing some more shots. Give up his back. Nice elbow from Aljo. Nice shots. Oh yeah, grounded pound. It's gonna get stopped soon. Yep, and there we go. Aljamain Sterling retains the title. Yes, it's largely due to the injury from TJ, but do not take anything away from Aljamain Sterling, who looked fantastic tonight. It's not his fault, and quite frankly, it's not his problem. TJ knew tonight that was an injury he had, and he chose to still take this fight. That's his problem. TJ had no shot from the beginning. I agree. That injury, man, it sucks. They're put in a precarious position from the UFC. It's not like TJ could say, hey, I'm injured. Hold my spot for me. Aljo needs to fight. Champs need to defend. They would have moved on. And depending on how that goes, what if Aljo fights somebody else tonight and it looks great and you have a rematch? Now you're talking about TJ, because of injury, missing out on 2 opportunities and now having to fight again. What if he loses that fight? Now you're talking about him missing out on more opportunities, having to work his way back. It's hard for a UFC fighter to say no because of injury, and that sucks. But what also sucks is when you do come in with an injury like this against a guy as big, as strong, as dangerous as Aljo, this is the only outcome possible. My boy Nick says Islam got Oliveira next, calling it sadly. And we're going to talk about that very soon, Nick. I do want to hear what Aljo has to say. I do want to go ahead and take a look back at the stats. Bruce Buffer looks lost. Aljamain Sterling, 137 strikes of 165 total strikes landed in 2 rounds. 9 of 29 landed for TJ Dillashaw. 62 significant strikes landed for your champion, Aljamain Sterling. 7 minutes of control time, 5 out of 8 takedowns, 2 submission attempts. God damn. What more can you ask for from Aljo? Yes, again, I'm not acting like TJ wasn't injured. That's not Aljo's problem. That's not his problem. Nor should he give a fuck. He just won a title defense. His girl's bad as hell in there. He shouldn't give a fuck. Let's listen to what Aljo has to say. Aljo said he didn't know what shoulder. The human backpack. Indeed. DC asking Aljo said, hey, I heard your corner saying stay on him. Aljo said, even though despite all the shit he was talking, he thought this was going to be a 5-round war, as did all of us. And still, asking Aljo what's next, who's next. That guy is jacked for 135, bro. Aljo pretty much just called out the top 5 and said they're all trash. I love it. I like it. It's likely Aljo versus Sean O'Malley next. Hold on. Aljo said, you buying everybody else cars, Dana White. What's up with the champ, baby? Let's go. As he shows you the moves, the Funk Master. Let's go. You're not talking to TJ. Let's hear what he has to say. Said he blew his shoulder out in April. Dislocated his shoulder about 20 times during a training camp. TJ told the referee before the fight, my shoulder might pop out. If it does, don't stop the fight. I'll pop it back in. What a savage. TJ said he wasn't going to be able to scramble much because he couldn't use one of his arms. Duh. No disrespect to TJ. He's tough as nails. I got to tell you, though, this is such a big card, right? We were so excited for this fight, right? I get why TJ took it, off the hope and prayer that your shoulder doesn't pop out, but your shoulder pops out 20 times during training camp. Stay home. No disrespect to him. He deserved to be here tonight. This is a fun fight. I enjoyed it. But I really would have loved a more competitive fight tonight. And he knew before he came out that there was no way possible, besides a hope and a prayer, that he was going to be able to compete without Jermaine Sterling. If your shoulder's popping out and you're fighting the strongest grappler in bantamweight history, it's probably going to pop out. It's probably going to pop out. All right, let's go. We have the main event of the evening. Charles, the Bronx, Oliveira, Islam, Khabib's boy, Makhachev. We have the all-time most finisher in UFC history in Charles Oliveira. We have the most Khabib-esque fighter in UFC history, not named Khabib, in Islam Makhachev. You heard the at the end. That's how you got to say the name. You got to cock your head back. You know what I mean? That's how you say it. Islam Makhachev. You know what I'm saying? It might be two and I might be pronouncing that wrong. You have Steven Seagal in the building. You have Steven Seagal. Yes, he's 300 pounds, but he will still front kick you in the motherfucking face. You have Alexander Volkanovski. You got Korean Zombie. You got Bam Bam. You got the 155-pound strap on the line into what could possibly be the scrap of the year. Oliveira, you know the name and it is Charles Oliveira, the champion, versus Islam, who may be next, Makhachev. I cannot wait. I could not be more excited. My voice is 2% away. 2% away from being gone. And I'm going to give you guys the rest of what I got. Giving her all she's got, Captain. You understand what I'm saying to you? That's all I can do. Like I said, there is one level to this channel, and it is 100. Wah, 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 wah. I want to say 110, but that's impossible. You understand what I'm saying? It's hyperbole. Let's see what you guys have to say. Islam got Oliveira next. Oh, man, we're going to talk about that in 2 seconds. Would have loved to see Dillashaw win. I hear you. I don't feel you, but I hear you. And I would have loved to see this fight be contested on equal playing ground. Man, do we ever get to see this fight? Yeah, we just saw this fight, but do we ever get to see this fight? You dig what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Yes, we saw TJ Dillashaw challenge the champion in Aljamain Sterling, but what we didn't see is a healthy, ready, and willing TJ Dillashaw versus a healthy, ready, and willing Aljamain Sterling, as they're showing a commercial for Dana White's newest asset, slap competitions. Yes, Dana White, if you haven't heard, is now not only in the fight business, but he's in the slap business, ladies and gentlemen. And they're having a press conference for it. Okay. Yeah. Not too excited about the slap league, but when it makes its way to TikTok feeds, I'll probably see a couple of them. That's really all I got. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how it's going to make money. I don't know how much money it's going to make. I don't know how many people are interested. But Dana White got all the money in the world, and he's going to do what he does. You see what I'm saying? All right, guys. I'm going to get the next stats ready for you. As I do, enjoy this very quick, very brief intermission. final countdown. I told you. The final motherfucking countdown. You heard it here first. Yes, we are live for UFC 280. It's Makhachev versus Charles the Bronx Oliveira. There is a champion, and his name is Charles Oliveira. Fuck the vacant status. Charles Oliveira is your current champ. Charles Oliveira has taken down challenger after challenger after challenger at 155. He has finished opponent after opponent after opponent. Islam Makhachev has earned his way into this title fight, if not a little bit helped by the prestige. Ooh, that's exciting coming out, baby. If not helped a little bit from the prestige of being the protege of Khabib Nurmagomedov. Yes, maybe he didn't earn the title shot in and of itself by beating the guys that we wanted him to beat, but what he is riding is a 10-fight plus win streak. What we are seeing for the first time is two fighters off a 10-plus win streak fight each other for the championship. We have never seen more wins in a row in the octagon for a title fight in the UFC. And the UFC is almost 30 years old, ladies and gentlemen. I need you to understand that this is no small feat. This is no regular event. This is no typical channel, because it's your boy, Mike Tyson MMA, the man with the golden mic, back at it like a crack addict, making my neighbors cranky like I do every goddamn major combat sports event. Let's go to the tail of the tape, as Bruce Buffer would say, if that's something that he ever said. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the 33-8 Charles Oliveira. We have the 22-1 Islam Makhachev. We have an average fight time for Charles Oliveira of 6 minutes and 55 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand how ridiculous that is? That means of all his fights, we've been watching this guy for a decade. You understand what I'm saying to you? We've been watching Charles Oliveira for a decade. And of all those fights, they go less on average than a round and some change. That is some shit versus 9+ minutes of average fight time for Islam. That means he can finish, but he doesn't often. It means Charles Oliveira usually finishes, and he does that shit all the goddamn time. Also, height equal 5'10", 5'10", weight equal 155, 155. Reach 74 for your champion, Charles Oliveira, 70 for your challenger, Islam Makhachev. That is a 4-inch reach advantage if your math ain't mathin'. Orthodox versus Southpaw in Islam. We have the birth year of Charles the Bronx Oliveira. Again, the best year to every year. 1989 in the building. And Charles Oliveira just turning 33, the best age I've ever been, against Islam Makhachev, born in 1991 in a 5 days, both October babies, ain't that some shit? In 5 days, he will be 31. Islam Makhachev, young in his prime, up and coming. If his time is timing, it will be now. I don't know what just happened with Charles Oliveira, with someone in the crowd, if it was good or bad, but he looks ready to fucking go. Dapping up everybody. Charles Oliveira, the champion. Bleach hair for everybody supporting Charles Oliveira, the champion. Who do I have? You may be asking. Well, let's keep going through the stats. You're not there yet, baby. Significant strikes, 3.5 per minute for Charles Oliveira, 2.2 for Islam. That is a very sizable edge advantage for your boy, Charles Oliveira. 40% takedown accuracy versus 65% takedown accuracy. 57% takedown defense for Charles Oliveira. That means he's just over defending 1 out of every 2 takedowns. That's not great against someone who has 65%, meaning he lands just about 2 of every 3 takedowns that he goes for. He also has 88% takedown defense. He's not easy to get taken down, and he takes other people down often. Submission average per 15 minutes, 2.9. That's almost 1 submission per round average for Charles Oliveira when you have 1.2 total per 15 minutes for Islam Makhachev. Let's look at their last 5 fights. Again, all these dudes do recently is win, 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 no matter what. Oliveira, matter of fact, let's start with the challenger. Win versus Bobby Green, last minute fight. Win versus Hooker. Win versus Moises. Win versus Dober. Win versus Ramos. Now, those might not all be the most impressive names. Hooker is an impressive win whether you like it or not. Green, not an easy win whether you like it or not. Moises, one of those young up-and-coming top 15 guys. That is impressive. Drew Dober, always down to rock. Ramos, pretty good win. Then you have the champion, the defending champ as far as I'm concerned, Charles Oliveira, as they dab each other up. All respect. There we go. You love to see it. Dabbing up Khabib as he circles around the octagon, even though Islam has not been respectful to him, in my opinion. He is showing respect back. Let's see if that's a mind game, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if that plays into anything. But the last 5 fights for Charles Oliveira, what did Charles Oliveira do? He beat Kevin Lee. And you're like, okay, that looked good, but Kevin Lee up, down, future champ, future contender, future gatekeeper, no longer in the UFC, etc., etc. And then you have Tony Ferguson. Okay, but is Tony Ferguson past the hill? Some of you might say yes. Michael Chandler. Okay, but he's a former Bellator guy. Maybe that's not the most impressive. Okay, whatever Dustin Poirier, who is your former interim champion, who everyone thought the next one up once Khabib retired. Everyone thought it was a foregone conclusion. If there is no Khabib, Dustin Poirier is champion. Charles Oliveira said, hold my beer. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Catch these hands, catch these knees, catch these elbows, catch these submissions, baby. And then you have Justin Gaethje, who is a wrecking ball, who tried to go into the trenches with Charles Oliveira, and only one man came out, and his name is, again, the Bronx, Charles Oliveira. Are you guys hearing what I'm saying? Are you digging what I'm doing? This is your last chance. Subscribe, thumbs up, follow, etc., etc., etc. This is your last chance. If you need links, don't talk to me in the middle of the fight, baby. I'm worried about one thing and one thing only, and that's who is your next 150-pound champion in 25 minutes after these guys put it all out on the line. This card has been dope. If you're wondering what card it is, it's UFC 280. If you're wondering who you're with, it's your boy Mike MMA, the man with the golden mic, back at it like a crack addict in the 80s, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe. If you need links, say it now, because I will not be submitting links anymore as soon as the bell rings. You heard it right. If you want links, talk your shit now, or forever hold your goddamn peace. If you're digging it, I'm glad. If you're enjoying it, me too. If you're hype, you ain't the only fucking one. You thought you were special? You're not. I need some H2O though. You know what I mean? I need to hydrate myself. So I don't have any more cider left. Goddamn gravity. Woo! Let's go. Let's go. I see people coming in. You late, but you're always on time, baby. If you need links, let me know. Again, you know what? I'm going to just blitz a couple to you. But if you want them all, speak up. Speak up. Depending on what device you try to use these links on, some might work, some might not. You will see pop-ups. Come on now. Are you new to the game? Click the little X, buddy, and then press the play button. Simple as that. You will see ads. You will see a bunch of shit, but it's okay. Click the X. Click the play button. Click the X. Click the play button. Close the tab, pop up, and then do what? Click the play button. I got you. And one more time, because I fucking love it, and it gets me hyped. Let's hear this theme music real quick. Hold on. Hey. Hey. Alright, we're done. No more shenanigans. No more playing around. We're here. We're live. The golden mic. The Mike Jesse. The beard. The fro. The stats. The tail of the tape. I had that mixed up, but you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Let's go. Come on now. Where else can you get all this companionship beyond Mike Jesse MMA? Yes, I'm here for every major combat sports event. Yes, that's UFC. That's Bellator. That's PFL. That's BKFC. That's boxing. That's whatever you give a fuck about. And it gets me excited. I will be here. Yeah, we've been off for a while, but your boy has a life. You understand what I'm saying to you? I'm out here getting IT certs. I'm out here working. I'm out here starting companies. but I'm also out here being a goddamn fight fan with you, my fellow degenerates. The fight's about to start. The links are out. The guy's here. We're here. Let's enjoy the shit together. Here we go. Ding, ding! As Charles Oliveira comes out with a flying push kick. Let's go. Oh, who do I have? Charles the Bronx Oliveira, the champ. He does have a name. The crisper striker, Charles Oliveira. The more effective grappler. I'll give the edge to Islam, even though grappling is such a vague term. The more dangerous submission artist, Charles Oliveira. Now we just see Charles Oliveira kind of pull guard. A lot of people, when they're pulled in this position, they get up. Islam said he doesn't respect the jujitsu of Charles Oliveira. If he doesn't, he might be in for a long night or a short one, depending on how you want to look at it. But can Islam Makhachev stay in the guard of Charles Oliveira and stay out of danger and land damage? That is like the biggest question of this fight. Can Charles Oliveira either get out of these positions or put Islam Makhachev into a precarious position to win this fight? Can Charles Oliveira keep it on the feet long enough to land those strikes? Looking at tape leading up to this fight, what I took from Charles is that he's willing to stand so close to these guys, right? Because he's like, hey, they're not going to take me down. He stands so close and dares you. And he says, I dare you to make me back up. You have two chances, right? You have two choices in the game of truth or dare, and you pick dare, right? So we're playing the game. Truth or dare, you pick dare, you have two choices. You're going to hear the dare. The dare that I just put forth from Charles Oliveira is I dare you to make me back up. You can either say, okay, cool, I'm with it. Charles Oliveira now up on the feet. I'm with it. I'm going to throw something. You're going to eat some shit. You're going to eat some shit and you might not land. Or you could say, I'm not going to take the dare. I'm going to back up. In which case, that's exactly what Charles wants to do, because he's going to keep that distance and he's going to throw and make you regret your timidness. It's a double-edged sword that Charles Oliveira says, pick which side I'm going to cut you with. How to beat that, very few men have figured it out. No men have figured it out as of late. As again, both men over 10-fight win streak. The only thing that Charles Oliveira has lost to is to the scales. As of recent. Islam Makhachev with a second takedown. Starts out in half guard, but Oliveira able to get him back into full guard. And I get Islam's heavy. He's strong. He's confident. He's a grappler in his own right. But staying in the guard, I don't know how wise that is. Islam now just making Oliveira feel him. Keeping that weight on top of him. Not giving Oliveira a lot of room to work. Keeping his weight and forward pressure just right on top and pushing into Oliveira. Not allowing him to bring his legs up. Not allowing him to attack or isolate an arm. If you are Islam and you do want to stay in this position, this is exactly what you want. You also want to have to land a couple strikes to make sure the ref doesn't stand you up. And there we go, some nice ground and pound from Islam. Nice elbows from Islam. Charles Oliveira trying to look for a way out around, but he can't. Oh, nice up kick from Charles Oliveira. Islam trying to make his way around the guard. Can't. Needs to watch out for that triangle. Round over, though. Score 1 round for the challenger, Islam Makhachev. That's a nice left hand from Islam. That was powerful. Beautiful trip for Islam for that second takedown. Right in the half guard. Beautiful. Decent defense for Charles Oliveira. Not eating too many strikes, but he didn't do much of anything offensively that was successful. And he can't count on, like he has on other opponents, on Islam getting tired. Islam doesn't have that gear in him. He doesn't know how to be tired. Look at him. He's barely breathing hard. He looks unfazed. Charles Oliveira doesn't look tired, but Charles Oliveira looks like he's in a fight. Islam looks like he just walked out. No marks, no deep breaths, no sense of panic or concern on his face. Nice kick to the body from Charles. But he needs to be careful of these exchanges on the feet in the pocket. Nice knee from Islam. Islam trying to look for elbow. Now trying to work a takedown on Islam. Doesn't land it. And now he's against the fence. He needs to be careful. He needs to watch his hips. You see him keeping his hips low. He can't afford for his feet to be too close together. Islam will drop for a double leg in a second. And if he locks his hands, it's over. You're going on a ride. Nice knees to the body from Charles. Charles needs to work an underhook, though, because now Islam has a body lock on him. Both hands grasp, double underhook. If you're a wrestler, you feel very, very comfortable in this position. You're just waiting for your opponent to have a misstep. Nice knee to the body from Islam. Charles gives him one of his own. Right back to the center of the octagon for both men. Nice little combination from Islam backing up. Islam striking looks very respectable this fight. And he's always been more of a striker than Khabib. Not saying he's better or worse, but he's definitely, more active in his striking than Khabib. So I'm not totally surprised. But I did think Charles Oliveira was going to have to be able to shine more than what he has thus far in these stand-up exchanges. And they've been pretty even, if not trending towards Islam. That right hand landed nicely for Islam, and he switches stances in the middle of those combinations. Head kick blocked by Oliveira. Charles Oliveira not throwing a lot of kicks and knees up the middle like we usually see. That opens up a lot of his strikes and puts damage on people. Islam's counter-striking moving backwards is landing, man. It's not the prettiest, but it is accurate. Oh, lands a nice right hand, Islam does. Drops Charles Oliveira, and now is in half guard, trying to work the arm triangle. Needs to switch to the same side as the arm triangle. He does. He tapped. Charles Oliveira taps to the arm triangle. Islam Makhachev just submitted the all-time leading submission artist in the UFC, and Charles Oliveira. Anyone saying Islam didn't deserve to be here, that's one thing. But what did he just do? He just proved it didn't fucking matter. He just proved he's next. Islam proves his time is now, and new Islam Makhachev, champion of the world at 155, your UFC lightweight champion. Holy shit. If that didn't surprise you guys, I can tell you it surprised the fuck out of me. Wow. Greg says damn, and I agree. Wow. Islam looked great on the feet. Looked great on the feet. He looked confident on the ground. Khabib's talking to Charles Oliveira. He's like, look, if you want to come train, let me know. But don't ever say you're going to be my boy and then I need to come out retirement. Look, he finally goes for the knee and then bam, eats a right hand for it. Puts him on his butt. A lot of people, when Charles Oliveira has a defense mechanism. When he gets rocked, he goes to his back. He's like, all right, come on. Let's create this scramble. Let's create this submission attempt. Islam, gave no fucks. Wound up in half guard. Isolated the arm. Got the arm triangle. Was able to kick his foot out. Skip mount and go into side control on the other side. And wow. It was so tight that as soon as Islam got that angle, Charles was tapping. Wow. Wow. We're about to hear what Islam has to say. But wow, he's got to be sky high. Look at that arena. Look at those fans. They came tonight to see Islam become champion, and they got their wish. This is his part of the globe. This is his culture. These are his people. Former teammate DC called him the fight in the cage, now about to get the words of Islam Makhachev after that humongous win. Hezbollah over there with his cell phone that's the size of his torso. Charles Oliveira taking off his gloves. Probably just off frustration. I can't imagine he's retiring. He still has a lot to give. Who knows what a retooled Charles Oliveira looks like against Islam Makhachev later. And there we go. Khabib putting Makhachev on his shoulders, taking him across the octagon. Khabib transitioning to coach. Almost slams Islam on his face. But hey, fuck it. You're the champ. Let's listen to this interview before we peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I appreciate all you goddamn degenerates. Know that. Did you have fun? I had a great time. I hope you guys did too. As I'm saying, he always asks and gets more than what he asked for, and he's very appreciative of such. Said he worked very hard for this moment. You know Khabib has to be proud. Look at that left hand. Islam striking is really just like the most thing I'm impressed by. I'm not surprised that he stayed in the guard. It was smart taking Oliveira down against the cage and limiting Oliveira's movement on the ground to throw up his hips, to throw up his legs for those submission attempts that he usually gets. Man, oh man, if you guys are not impressed, you weren't watching the fights, motherfuckers. We were here live for UFC 280, Islam Makhachev, your new champion, versus Charles Oliveira, the former champ. What a goddamn card. What a goddamn fight. What a goddamn afternoon of action. Again, I'll be here again next week, October 29th, Saturday. Jake Paul, Anderson Silva, same damn channel. Look up the time for the fight. As soon as the main card starts, your boy will be out here. We're going to have fun. We're going to have whiskey. We're going to have laughs. We're going to have screams. We're going to have cries. We're going to have links, baby. Subscribe, follow, thumbs up, so you don't miss out on the next goddamn event. I'll catch you. More ciders. You're right. More ciders. We will never drop a cider again on this channel. It's been fun, motherfuckers. Until next time. We out. Play my music. Hey, hey.